entertainment. This edition takes us to Coyote Point Recreation Area in San Mateo. Learn all there is to know about this highly popular locale featuring the Coyote Point Museum. But right now, let's look at our first segment, Preparing for Disaster. Disaster can strike at any moment and with little or no warning. Recently, we've experienced events that have tested both us and our resources. But what does emergency preparedness really mean? We spoke to local authorities who outlined some of the more important aspects of appropriate preparation. It goes beyond having supplies of food and water. Although this is extremely important, some of us may overlook some other life-saving measures. Are you prepared?
Actually, the majority of people are prepared in the event of disasters. We conducted a very informal survey about a year ago and discovered from that survey that when you come to the hardware items that are involved, such as food, water, flashlights, portable radios, things of that nature, that everybody's pretty well filled the square on that. But we find that in certain areas, such as the training they need, such as first aid or CPR, that many people don't have that training. In the event of a major disaster, such as an earthquake, it could be a matter of hours to a matter of many hours or perhaps days before either paramedic or hospital services would be readily available to you. The more self-sufficient you are, the better off you'll be. If you're able to provide first aid or CPR assistance to someone either in your family or neighborhood who is injured, this will go a long way toward making everyone much more likely to survive the situation than to come through it with severe injuries that could have been mediated in some way. To obtain information on CPR and first aid training, the two best things that you might do is either to call our office in Redwood City or to contact your nearest office of the American Red Cross.
Hi, you can sign up for the Red Cross CPR and first aid classes by calling your San Mateo Red Cross at 259-1750 and asking for this course catalog. It also describes the disaster courses that we offer, which you can take Introduction to Disaster, Family Service, damage assessment. All these classes are offered so that you can better help in your community.
It is common for people to become separated from their loved ones after a disaster. Though you may not be injured, it may take hours, even days, before you can contact them.
One of the things that's lacking in many families is a family plan. And basically what this amounts to is everyone in the family sitting down and discussing exactly where you are during your day and how you would get together or at least advise other members of the family that you're okay and set up a place to meet. This reduces a lot of stress. Everybody knows exactly what to do and is very beneficial in uniting the family after a major event.
It is important to know where critical items such as gas valves, electric meter boxes, and water mains are located around your house and how to turn them off after emergency to prevent additional damage. We can also minimize damage and injury by reducing what are known as non-structural hazards.
These are things like pictures, wall hangings, potted plants that are in your house or in your office that could hurt someone during an earthquake. We find that during real severe shaking, things that aren't tied down tend to move, and these things can hurt people or even kill them. There are a lot of products available, such as something called Quake Grip. It's a very heavy-duty Velcro-type material that can be used to tie down important pieces of office equipment like computers or other important critical pieces of gear. More information about all of these products or non-structural hazard reduction are available through our office, the Office of Emergency Services, at 363-4790. Many people are confused about exactly where to go to get official information and news following an emergency or a major disaster. The emergency broadcast system was developed for just that reason. In the San Francisco Bay Area, the three major emergency broadcast stations we want you to tune into are KCBS, which is 740 AM, KNBR, which is 680 AM, and KGO, 810 AM. These stations will have news and official information that'll tell you where to go, where not to go, and what to do to help put things back together following an emergency.
Getting involved in your community is also a big part of being prepared. There's organized neighborhood programs available in your community.
In several cities throughout the United States and several countries, there's a program that has begun called NEST, Neighborhood Emergency Services Team. It provides a basic organization for a neighborhood, a high-rise building, a group of businesses in downtown, or an apartment complex. It's comprised of 6 committees responsible for first aid, communications, and a host of other duties. In some areas, classes are provided to go along with this so that you are skilled in performing these functions. A lot of the courses are available through the American Red Cross and through the local offices of emergency services. You should get involved with this because it is you that will help save yourself and your community. Government agencies have very limited resources, and it'll take a while for them to get to you.
Every city in this county possesses what we call urban intermix, whereby residential neighborhoods come in direct contact with either long grass or trees. This creates quite a problem due to the fact that wildland fires can directly affect structures. Therefore, it's very important that the homeowners themselves maintain a program of clear-cutting their area at least 100 feet around their particular structure. It's also important that the neighborhood groups get together between themselves, people who are around and in urban intermix areas, to form teams. Rick Page before me talked about the NEST program, which would be an excellent idea for all neighborhoods in these areas. As was the case in Oakland, as we can all remember back when those films were being shown, it was complete chaos. And many people were in many cases running and speeding their cars down the hills of Oakland, impeding the service of the fire department. The emergency services that we provide you are only as good as the citizens that we are providing them for. It's very important that the citizens band together and help themselves in the event of an emergency.
Are you ready for the next disaster? If the answer is no, now is the right time to start planning. There is a variety of literature available to help you prepare. Both the American Red Cross and the offices of emergency services will be eager to give you this information. You can reach the American Red Cross at 415-259-1750 and the County of Office Emergency Services at 363-4790. And now we're off to Skyline College in San Bruno to feature 2 of their highly respected programs.